Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So today I'm going to show you some exercises for hip mobility that you can combine with animal flow. And those are going to be great to improve your strength, flexibility and mobility in your hips. And if you're ready, let's get started. Alright, so the first exercise I want to show you is overhead bridge. So it's going to connect your lats with your hips and get that good mobility and rotation as well. So it's really about lengthening the hips and also connecting with the lats. So you're also going to feel a stretch in your lats at the same time and a nice stretch in your hips. So we're going to start in a glute position, glute bridge position, there. Okay, so you're going to have your feet a little bit further away than your knees, and your knees a bit wider than your hips. You're going to push through the heels, squeeze the glutes, and go into a bridge. So really squeeze the glutes and extend your hips. Now at the same time as you're doing this, you're going to reach overhead like this. Okay, so really lengthen the lats and connects with the hips. And then return, and you're going to do the same on the other side. There. And reach. Try to do it at the same time, like this. You should feel a nice stretch in your hips and in your lats. Really lengthening the hips. Awesome. The next exercise is going to be the crab reach. So this is an animal flow move. So you're going to start in a crab position, okay, with your feet a little bit further forwards than your knees a bit wider than your hips, shoulders away from your ears, and you're going to look in front, keep your neck aligned with your spine. Okay, brace your abs, squeeze the glutes. Okay, from here you have different options. So option one is to just do reach like this, okay? Like a plank, a reverse plank. Okay, so really squeeze the glutes, squeeze your shoulder blades. And you should feel a nice stretch at the same time in your hips. Okay, the next option is just to do a 3-point bridge. So there you're gonna have your hands in between your eyes. Okay, make sure your shoulder is right underneath, your wrist is right underneath your shoulder. You're gonna squeeze the glutes and come into a 3-point bridge. Like this, and then change side. Yes, so you can do the 3-point bridge. So squeeze the glutes, brace your abs, squeeze your shoulder blades. Look in front of you, keep your neck aligned with your spine. Okay, from here, gonna squeeze the glutes, come up, and your hands should be in between your eyes. And again, other side. Okay, so really extend the hips, squeeze the glutes. Okay, a bit more advanced. Now we do the full crab. So there, you're gonna do 3-point bridge, and then you're gonna turn like this, rotate, then your forearm's gonna come above your forehead. And then come back, rotate, and down. And again, 3-point bridge, then rotate, and come back in the middle. Alright, so next we have the reaching ape. So it's a bit like the traveling ape, but it's a traveling reaching ape. So there's not much space here. I'm just going to do 1 repetition on each side, but you can do more. So I'm really going to start quite far there. So You're gonna start in deep ape position. Okay, squeeze the glutes, look straight forward, and shoulders back, chest up. You're gonna go onto the balls of your feet or push off the gas. One hand in front of your foot, so about one hand forward, about one hand distance. The other hand shoulder width apart on the other side. This is your lead foot, this is your trail foot, lead hand, trail hand. And now you're gonna transfer your weight onto your shoulders, and then you're gonna shift your legs. Your legs are gonna be extended as opposed to the normal traveling ape, which is like this. Your leg is gonna extend like this. Extend. And then you should land like this. Okay, so that requires a bit of flexibility. And then there, same thing. There. Okay. And here. Again, look up every time. And again. Okay. Okay, next we have the Scorpio reach. So we're gonna start in a bear crawl position, so like this. So your knees underneath your hips, a little bit more further, and your wrist underneath your shoulders. Take your knees a few inches off the floor, press your abs, squeeze the glutes, and lengthen your spine. Okay, and then from here we're gonna go into a Scorpio like this. So this is your first option, so just doing like this and really opening the hips. So you want to come up, squeeze the glutes, and open the hip like this. Okay, so your first option is to just go like this. Okay, you can do it as a loaded beast into a crab reach like this. Okay, second option, you bring your knee in and then come up and extend like this. So this is your second option, there and up. Okay, loaded beast to unloaded beast, and then reach up. Okay. Okay, now third option. Okay, we're gonna come here, up, and we're gonna come into a full crab reach. Take your hand off and you should land like this. Okay, so that's your full crab reach. And what we're gonna do is come back into this position and then do the same on the other side. Up, open the hip, and then come up, down there. Okay, so your shoulder should be right above your wrist. Okay, there. And then again, here. Okay, and again, up, and open the hip, and there. Okay. Okay, now next we have the wave and load. So this is great to really for hip extension and really mobilizing the hips and engaging the glutes muscles. So you're gonna start like this in a loaded beast. So with your hands reaching forwards, knees a few inches off the floor, and then you're gonna bring your hips up as high as you can, like this, and unroll vertebrae per vertebrae until you're going down like this, shoulders away from your ears, squeeze the glutes like this, and make sure to brace your abs. Okay, and you should unroll vertebrae per vertebrae, and then down, and then until you do all the way back down like this. And up again. Okay, so you should feel a nice stretch in your hips, but don't forget to really squeeze the glutes. Okay. squeeze your shoulder blades, squeeze the glutes, press your abs. Okay, now we're gonna have a front step kick through. So we're gonna start in a loaded beast. So the first movement is to go from loaded beast, so arms in front of you and knees a few inches off the floor. We're gonna come forward like this and bring your foot next to your hands, like that. Make sure to squeeze the glutes and brace your abs and extend your spine, like this. And this is the first move. You can just do this one as a first option, okay? Like this. All right. Okay, now a bit more advanced. We're gonna do a step through. So we're gonna do it like this. So you wanna make sure your foot is quite wide so that you can take off your hands and go through with your leg. Okay, so like this, there, step. Oh, so you're gonna start like this. Okay, then take one hand off like this, and then you're gonna bring your knee in like this and extend. Okay, so step through like that. So point your foot, straighten your leg, and then come back to the initial position. Okay, and then same thing, step, take your hand away, so you should have enough gap to bring your leg through, and then leg through. Okay, again. Now if you want to make a little bit faster, you can do it a bit quicker by switching your legs and your hands. There, like this. So a little jump. Okay, so now we're gonna do a 90-90 hip mobility stretch. So we're gonna start like this. So your front leg should be 90-degree angle and your back leg should be 90-degree angle as well. You can use your hands to make it easier or with a hand to make it harder. And you're gonna go like this from one side to another. Okay, so from there, you're gonna come there and open and here. Okay, you can go a little bit further in your stretch by going like this. Okay, now the next, once you know how to do this, you're gonna come up like this and really feel a stretch in your hips. So there. Okay, once you know how to do this, I'll show you one more. You're gonna do a lunge at the end. Okay, so from here, you're gonna put your hands there. Okay, you're gonna bring your front foot, you're gonna extend it at the back like a plank, and then bring your front foot like this. So foot aligned with your hands. Okay, squeeze the glutes, extend your spine, press your abs, and then you're gonna come back to the initial position. Okay, so from there, you're gonna come back like this. Okay, so here, like this, extend, and from here, you're gonna bring like this. Okay, to make it harder, you're gonna do like a little jump. So there, and then you're gonna do like this. Okay, and then again, Okay, so you're gonna come there, okay, extend, and then bring. So you're gonna come there, extend, then you're gonna bring your foot into a plank, okay, and then from here like this, okay, it's there, and then again other side like this. Thank you for following this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I will be happy to help you if you have any questions. And you can find some of my online courses on my website at tishkefit.co.uk, and there also are some free sample courses like Improve Your Running at Home or Calisthenics for Beginners. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.